As you can see, I'm an FGO veteran. I've been playing this story for quite some time now, and I am a veteran. And so, I decided to buy myself an actual copy of an FGO manga, and doing the impossible as a gacha gamer, actually reading. So yep, this is a book review. So here's the book. Here's the front cover of it, and the back cover. It has a really nice illustration of the main heroine, aka Mush Kirillite. And the back, of course, is some servants that might be familiar to some Fate goers or FGO fans out there. Yeah, today I'm going to be reviewing the book and dive into some of its content. So let's start with the first page of the book. We're introduced to this mysterious white-haired man, saying to this mysterious creature to go somewhere. We don't know where. And then if we go to the next page, is a beautifully drawn colored art drawn by, of course, the amazing Shiramine. The book covers the first volume or the first arc of FGO, which is the Fuyuki Singularity. And here's the content. It covers 4 chapters. Chapter 1 of Human Order Security Organization Chaldea, the flame-contaminated city, Fuyuki, and Towards the Starless Sky, and finally, but certainly not least, Grand Order. So, we are introduced to our main female heroine in Mash. Here it is, she is standing in what looks to be some sort of base in Antarctica, I believe. So yeah, we're introduced to Mosh with her animal companion, who we currently don't know, or at least not yet. Its name is, of course, Foe. Then we are introduced to our main protagonist, our MC. Let's go! Is of course Ritsuka Fujimaru, your typical protagonist, I'll say, who seems to be incompetent, but he will pull through in the end and make things works out. He is, you can say, a dependable kind of guy, even though he is literally average in everything. He is a non-magus, non-scientist as well, you could say. So yeah, he's your average Joe who is randomly picked to become a part of Chaldea, the secure and restoring human order, as the 48th master candidate. If we skip through, we will meet a bunch of characters like Lev, who's definitely not suspicious at all, and he is totally a good guy. Yes, he is 100% a good guy. No need to be suspicious about him. Nope, not at all. Then we will be introduced to your typical tsundere in Olga Marine Anispear. That we of course will definitely see more of her of. So the first arc, the first chapter covers basically the introduction to the world of Fate Grand Order, talking about how Ritsuka is a part of the Chaldea, the human security organization, restoring humanity from extinction, or from obliteration. Then we're introduced to another character called Romany Archiman, your typical doctor. Uh, that's definitely not hiding anything from anyone. Yep, definitely just your reliable average doctor. So yeah, we skip. Romani then explains um, the basic of Chaldea Security Organization, what's its job, how it's going to be trying to restore and protect humanity with the master candidates that have been picked. And the entire reason Rutska is currently in here was because he was fallen asleep and was told off to go somewhere. Then suddenly, we had a security notification. We have an alarm going off saying that the facility has an explosion that happened. So sadly, Mash is trapped under the rubble. But thankfully, our main protagonist is here to save the day. But of course, sadly, he is your average Joe. He doesn't have any superpowers. He sadly can't save Mash. But no worries, he could just stick by her until her final moments. Until she unlocks her hidden potential. Oh yeah, of course, it's talking about how Mashas is a biologically engineered human made artificially, and she was fused with an heroic spirit, which is basically a hero of the past, or historical figures of the past, and now bind to her. And why, of course, I don't know who this is. As an FGO fan, I totally don't know who this is. And because the fusion between her heroic spirit counterpart and herself, Mash has gained the power of a demi-servant. Half human, half servant, which are basically powerful familiars that are based on historical figures. The story then goes on through their adventures in Fuyuki after they're transported there or race-shifted there, meeting all sorts of characters such as Ku, Medusa, Emiya, and finally meeting the one and only Saber Alter or Arturia Pendragon Alter. I'm not gonna spoil the entire journey, but in my opinion, this is a pretty good introduction to FGO itself, or a pretty good introduction to the story at least. From the game, it shows us Ritsuka as a more expressive protagonist, he shows fear, happiness, his happy-go-lucky, dumb-witted phase that people might say he looks stupid because of his silly faces, of the silly drawn animation. It shows a more expressive character, and we actually get to see much earlier on information about MASH, because as I myself, an FGO veteran or an FGO player that has played FGO for quite some time, so it's been a while since I've watched or actually played the first Singularity. I believe it's been 5 years or something, or 4. I vaguely remember that it's mostly following, of course, the perspective of Ritsuka. So these slight interaction of this mysterious mysterious person that is talking in Mash's subconscious is very intriguing, and seeing actual design and art style for the servants that appear here, though it's like a Medusa Lancer, or because in original it was still using the sprite of Rider Medusa. So all in all, I'll say this is a very beautifully drawn manga. Though some people might say it omits or skips some scene and dialogue. I'm pretty sure it skips servants such as Benkei and the fight with Heracles or Berserker, and so yeah, there are things that of course has to be skipped, or skip content that appears, but all in all, it's a beautifully drawn manga by Shiramine, and it's a pretty good introduction to the world of FGO. I might cover the next volume and so on, but for now, I believe that's all. Bye!